let's get into it, man. Jaden Reed fired this tweet out earlier today, I believe it was, right? Yeah. So around
Yeah.
4:39. I love it. Just a simple picture. Him with the helmet on, got the gear on, ready to roll in the iced out white jerseys, and no text, nothing along with it. Tim, I think Bird's sending a little signal like the
Yeah.
plan might potentially be to open up the practice window possibly tomorrow. I think we'll find out once they get on the practice field, or if Matt LaFleur does a presser before they hit the practice field. This is exciting, man. You get Jaden Reed back. You're really, really cooking with Crisco now.
I love it, man. I love this new generation of players where they're not going to tell you specifics, like you said. No text, just a photo, just a little tweet here, little tweet from the Bird, letting everybody know that I think the window's opening up, and I've been waiting all year. I know everyone else has, like Scoot, Jay Reed, MG on the field at the same time. I think we're ready for it, man. It's coming.
Yeah. It's going to make this offense so much more dynamic. And you know how I always respond to players coming back from injury, Tim, is like, okay, we need to curb the enthusiasm. They're going to be rusty. They're going to have to ramp them up, this and that. I said that about Christian. It might take him 5 or 6 weeks to get going. First game back, bang. So I'm going to try not to curb the enthusiasm too much for this, because Jaden Reed, the reality is he was our best receiver, man. The last 2 seasons. And I know there's people that still, they hear that and they go, whatever, but it's the fact. Now, listen, he led the team in receiving yards, and then immediately the people's argument typically is, well, that's just because he's getting a lot of targets. As Wendell Ferreira put out here on Twitter, Packers wide receivers in yards per route run. That's exactly what it sounds like, guys. When they're on the field running a route, okay, here's how many yards they average in terms of gaining yards when you break it down, just strictly being on the field and running routes. That, notice it didn't say yards per target there, yards per route run. Jaden Reed leads the Packers at 3.21, Christian Watson 2.07, Savion Williams 1.86. Of course, minute amount of targets there, and he's very limited in terms of being on the field, I should say. Romeo Dobbs 1.75, Matthew Golden 1.43, Bo Melton 1.33, and Dontavion Wicks 1.15 with Malik Heath 0.95. So again, Jaden Reed, he is, whether people want to admit it or not, we'll see if it continues this route, he was the number 1 receiver in terms of the guy who's having the most production, in that regard.
We saw it with Scoot, right? He missed a lot of time, back like he never left. I would anticipate the same thing from Bird. I think they're going to throw him right out there, and he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I sure hope so, man. And Jason Wilde put this tweet out earlier. It was from Matt LaFleur's presser. Again, he just quote tweeted Jaden Reed's tweet there. I apologize for the volume. There's nothing I can do. We know how these pressers are. It's cranked all the way up. But Jason Wilde said, note LaFleur's smile at the end of his initial answer. All right, let's hear this exchange.
Are you guys thinking about opening up any 21-day practice windows for IR guys?
So he asked, are you guys thinking about opening up any 21-day window for the IR practice for the IR guys?
Sure as heck hope so.
Look at that smile.
Heck yeah, dude. He said, sure as heck hope so, and he grinned.
It's been a while, and Jaden's been a while. Is there hope for both of them, or is that?
I think potentially, again, I think we'll have a better idea over the next 2 days.
So there you go. You take Jaden Reed's tweet, take Matt LaFleur grinning like a possum in a dumpster, right? And then you got him saying, I think we'll find out over the next 2 days. So I think that's I would be very, very, very surprised, Tim, if the practice window did not open up for Jaden Reed. And I know he didn't say specifically Jaden Reed. He just asked the IR guys. That could include Marshawn Lloyd, as well, or maybe just one or the other. I'm kind of feeling like all signs are pointing to Jaden Reed is going to be back in practice, man.
I would agree. And Matt's not going to tell you, unequivocally, right? We got to read between the tea leaves a little bit, pick up the covers, and take a look in between the lines. But that smile says it all, right?
Yeah, it really does, man. It really does. And again, we've talked about Jaden Reed. There's multiple hats he can wear, right? Like we've seen him in the F. I was very, very vocal based off the college tape when they drafted him that he can play Z as well. And you're seeing Matthew Golden play some Z before Christian Watson came back. Jaden Reed goes down. Matthew Golden kicks to F, right, which is Jaden Reed's normal spot.
Yep.
And then, of course, what you ended up having was like Dontavion Wicks, Malik Heath, everybody kind of filling in the Z spot. They actually moved Romeo around and would put him in the F, put Golden to the X. X is typically Romeo's spot. So now you get Christian Watson back, and we've seen him at field side Z, right? Speed Z. And then we've also seen him play X in the game against the Giants. You'll see that on Chalk Talk here momentarily. So what you've got is a bunch of guys now who are very, very acclimated to the system and where they can line up at. So I imagine when Jaden Reed is back, what you're probably going to see is the majority of the time it's going to be Christian Watson and Jaden Reed on the field when Jaden Reed is fully healthy, maybe not right off the bat. So if you're in 12 personnel, they may go with Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson to get those other guys a blow, right? And then when they go to 11 personnel, throw Reed in at the F. You got Christian at Z. I think you're going to see Matthew Golden and Romeo Doubs kind of mixing and matching with the X. And what's cool is you've got 2 or 3 guys that can play all 3 positions. So if somebody does get a little banged up in game, they have to come off like Romeo the other day where he was, landed on that concrete on his face a couple times. You can pull him off. Guess what? You kick Golden over to X. You got Jaden Reed in the F. You got Christian Watson in the Z. You're still running smooth. So I'm really, really excited to see how they utilize these guys when they get them all together for sure.
Yeah, you got a whole group of guys that are versatile, right? And there's no telling where you're going to line them up. And, it speaks to what Matt's able to do as a play caller, right? And as a schemer. And when you're, at the point when you have, weapons at your disposal, you're going to use them. And I think we've been waiting a long time, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully all is true. Bird is coming back soon. Right on time. I mean, look at the guys we lost, look at the guys that are going to, be day to day or week to week. I think it's awesome that we're going to get to see, as close to the full gamut of healthy guys as we can when it comes to our receiving core. And I can't wait for Matt to flip through that call sheet and dial it up for sure. Clay, you're muted.
I'm over here spilling my guts. So thank you, Tim. So you do have to kind of what Coach Lynn said here. We need to lean into that wide receiver room for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I kind of see where you're coming from, right? And Jordan Love, he said in the chat as well. Jordan Love looked absolutely dominant against the Giants, but we do have to take into consideration it was the Giants. That's the 25th ranked scoring defense. They had a little bit better pass defense, well, a lot better pass defense, kind of middle of the road pass defense. And then they had the worst rush defense. Of course, we lose Josh Jacobs in the middle of the game. And I say that not to throw a damp blanket on the fire. I'm just simply saying we got to take that into consideration. You don't want to get crazy pass happy because, again, the passing game struggled against the Philadelphia Eagles. So it doesn't mean that the passing game is what we showed against the Eagles. It doesn't mean it's what we showed against the Giants. It's probably somewhere in between. But I love what Coach Lynn says here because you are creating momentum as you're going in to the rest of the season. And I have all the faith in the world in Jordan Love because of all the advanced metrics and what the tape is showing. When you do the adjusted completion percentage with all the drops, man, that you're truly looking up and going, okay, he is playing really good football right now, really good football. And we've shown early in this season as well, Jordan Love has played great. However, there's been 2, maybe 3 plays a game where it's like, I wish we had that one back.
Yeah.
That still means he's playing great football. It's just we need to eliminate those 2 or 3 throws, those 2 or 3 decisions that you have, in those games.
Yeah, it's when you see 23 of those plays that you're going, oh, no, what's going on, right? Mm-hmm. We'll take a couple mulligans during a game. That's football, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to give a shout out here. We have a new person in the chat. I hope I'm saying this right. I don't know if it's Bear for Life or Gur Bear for Life. Gerber for life says, finally catching a live. Appreciate you filling in on the roundtable. Hey, thanks for swinging through, buddy. We appreciate you dropping in, man. And it's been fun filling in over there. I think Baz is back now, so you guys will get the professionalism back up to the normal level. You know what I mean? So, but it's been fun though. I appreciate the opportunity. It's so cool getting to connect with people over there as well. Whether it's Dion with the Lions and Nick, aka Trump 2.0 with the impersonation over there.
Spot on Trump impression. Spot on.
Crushes it. And then of course our boy One Bar with the Vikings. I think me and One Bar are the same person. I could tell he's a little bit, I don't want to say high strung, but he got a quick temper like I do. So I'm pretty sure we get along pretty good. Or maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. So anyway, for those of you watching this video back later, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think Jaden Reed is back? Do you think they're going to open up that practice window tomorrow? We'll find out soon enough, and we'll be bringing you updates when they do make that decision. Also, make sure you hit that like, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. All right, I want to